Going on, guys. This is Dino Hayden with Hayden Outdoors. Done found me some bait. I need to go fishing. I'm out here hunting though. It's a big old night crawler right there, dude. We don't get them like that down South Florida, South Central Florida. You ready to go on the hook? You lucky today, I'm hunting. Go on about your business. I'm out here with my 30-06. It's general gun. I had a little buck come by a little while ago. Should have got him on record for you. He's barely legal. I was finna shoot him, but I had a change of heart last second. I let him walk because sometimes that's what you got to do. Let him grow. That or maybe a kid will get an opportunity to shoot him. The youth is what it's all about, between that and the meat. Not just that. And get out here and hear the birds and all of God's creation. It's a good time. What surprised me is that little buck came in there to fight. I had my rattler lanterns going. But this little spot where I'm at, I don't know if you can see him or not. You see that little blue right there? I had some fishermen come in on me. I'm right on the river. So I'm probably finna pack it up and move on. There's plenty of areas around here I ain't got to worry about shooting towards a fisherman. Beautiful day today. Nice cool day. Seen some wood ducks fly by too. I'd like to come in here and kill them. The wood ducks are pretty. I want to get one taxidermied for the house. Bought my duck stamp not too long ago. Let me go through a little cost sequence for you. You can kind of understand what you got to do sometimes out here pre-rut and hardcore rut. Usually you want to start off, I like to start off with a doe bleat, a couple doe bleats. Sounds something like this. The buck's ears will perk up when you do that right there. It'll get their attention. You do that little extended. What you're doing there is she's letting bucks know she's about ready to breed. A little slow short one. kind of use that in the pre-rut. That's that doe. She's getting aggravated with her fawn because her fawn don't want to leave. It's about time for him to go and leave the nest. You know what I mean? She's trying to kick them on out. Say, go ahead, you're good. But then you want to go ahead and do. Now that you got your buck's attention, you got the ears perked up, they're listening. Drop it down to a buck. That's why I like using this extinguisher grunt call, or all-in-one call pretty much. It's got this slider. You can go up and down. Doe, fawn, and buck. Extinguisher makes a good call. I like them. Not sponsored or whatnot, but I've caught them a lot of Florida deer, a lot of Florida bucks with this thing right here. But anyways, you back it down, you slide down to get you into the buck. See, in Florida, you don't want to be too deep, because I mean, obviously these Florida bucks, they don't really got a deep grunt to them. You're not out in Midwest or up north in Ohio, or some of them hill country out there. Them bucks ain't gonna be grunting real heavy with it. Ain't gonna have a heavy deep grunt. I go about halfway down it, and you're gonna want to do like this. You wanna make that call sound like an excited buck. That a buck has found this doe, and he's chasing, and he's getting ready to breed. It's gonna go something like this. And that's what that's doing, is sounding like he's chasing her around. And as he's chasing her around, he's excited, so he's just grunting as he goes. And you can just use that sequence and that'll work. A lot of times you can get any sort of buck come in there, whether it be big, small, you know what I mean? Either which way, whatnot, Now, I like to go after the big boys. Like I said, I had a legal buck come in, and I don't shoot a lot of bucks. But I'll be honest with you, I don't, because I'm looking for Mr. Big. I like to let the little ones grow. I like to see them reach their full potential, Since I'm going after a little bit bigger bucks, I like to take and after I get done with that sequence, I like to hit them with the grand slam. That's what's going to separate the men from the boys when I start doing this right here. Got a pair of rattling antlers right there. And the scenario that you've put together, the image you've put together in most of these bucks' mind by now, there's a hot doe, there's a buck after him, or after her, ready to breed, and they want to get in on it. They're ready to try to come in there and take that hot doe from that other buck. That's why the little bucks will even try to get involved at that point, because at that point they don't know whether it's a big buck after. They don't know if it's a little buck like them. That's why you're going to get the mixture of, big or small. A lot of the times, them little bucks will try to come in there and cut the other buck off so we can get him, get in on it. But you want to separate the bigs from the smalls, and you only get big bucks in. This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna take them rattling it or just start rattling. You don't got to get real wild with it. You know what I mean? But your initial hit, there's a couple different ways. Sometimes even during preseason. I mean, not preseason, but pre-rut, you can just kind of just tickle them. Sometimes that'll lure that big buck to come in because he thinks it's, some small bucks in his territory sparring, so he's gonna try to run them off and show them just how big, But in the situation that I'm talking about, when you start off, you want to start off with a big hit. Okay, that's some locking horns. It helps if you're on the ground too. Notice that I'm on the ground. You can take and rustle the leaves on the ground. You can take and shake bushes. You know what I mean? To really sell what you're pitching at them. And this can carry on for about a minute, 2 minutes or so. Down in Central Florida, I didn't really use that a lot. Down in Central Florida, you got big bucks. Don't get me wrong, by all means. You got real big bucks down there. I mean, obviously, James Duvall killed the biggest non-typical buck Florida's ever had down there in Central Florida, but realistically, that's 1 in a million type deals. You know what I mean? Obviously, that was killed in 1999, and here we are, 20, 21, 22 years later, and nobody's duplicated it. Nobody's gotten close. You had the Martin County buck that was killed, poached. That was up there too, but obviously that wasn't public land. That was state land. State, unauthorized personnel land. You know what I mean? And well, just goes to show you that these bucks can get that big, but it takes time, takes nobody messing with them, These 2.5, 3 years old bucks, they get sniped out as soon as they get 3 points on one side. On this public land, never reach their full potential. And which, it has to do with that, and it has to do with just Florida just don't grow big bucks. You know what I mean? A lot of areas in Florida, a lot of it has to do with genetics too. Genetically, like naturally, these deer really can't get big antlers. Otherwise, they'd just die because. Let me show you. Look how thick these woods are. Even behind me. I know it's hard to see because of the sun. But these woods out here are thick. These woods out here are real thick, you know what I mean? You gotta think of it like at the fact that like imagine a big old rat trying to get through all that crap. It just don't make no sense. It just ain't gonna work. And that's why you ain't never gonna get real big bucks out west, up north, other places. We got a lot of field. Their woods are more wide open. They don't got have so much underbrush. Excuse me. But they don't got a lot of underbrush and stuff. So, genetically they can get bigger. But well guys, I'm gonna get out of the spot. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna go find another spot, try to set up. Hopefully we can find Mr. Big. I'm a big buck serial killer in the making. I'm working on it. I got a couple of real good bucks. I mean, for Florida, they're good bucks. But I'm trying to get bigger. I'm trying to find the bigger ones. I'd like to find this season. I'd like to find about 120 inch, 130 inch buck would be real nice. It's possible. They got them. It's just chances are slim of seeing them on public land. And my situation, I don't have the bread to go out of state and go try to kill Boone and Crockett's, and which I wish I could, but maybe one day. Maybe one day. Where I moved now is on the state line. I'll slip into. This is my first year up this way. I'll slip into Alabama and Georgia next year, here and there. Try to look for them big boys. Well, guys, like I said, I'm getting another spot and try to find one. This time I'm not going to take my climber with me. I'm going to lock it up in the bed of the truck so I can cover a little bit more ground. Yesterday I walked about a mile in the swamp, and that was rough. That climber on my back, that was rough. That's another thing about this area. Climber ain't really the greatest option out here. Central Florida, you can go to any WMA and find a place for a climber, and they're in good spots. You know what I mean? Here, man, these good spots, they don't really have no climber trees really available. By next year, I'll have a lock on and some climbing sticks. Be a lot better. But yeah, man. Yeah, guys, I appreciate you watching this long and listening to me talk about it. I appreciate everybody that supports Hate 'em Outdoors. I don't put the content that, I should on there, and I don't take a lot of time for it, but I'd love to do it full time. I really would. I'd love to get deep into it, I really do. I would, some of these guys that get to do this kind of stuff full time and just make videos and bring, people along with them on their hunts through YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, all that. Man, they're lucky. They will never understand how lucky they are to get to travel the country and do this stuff. I wish I could. I really do. You always hear people talk about, oh man, do what you love and call it work. You know what I mean? I wish I could. I really do. More than anything. But I got a family to support, which ain't a bad thing. I love my family. I love my boys. I love my wife. They're actually down south right now, closing on her house down there, and really missed them. Really missing them. This is like day 3 without them, and it's tearing me up. Over there at the house, it's crazy because everything's quiet. I got my little toddler out there running around, crashing toys together and getting after it. And I got my little baby boy smiling and laughing, crying, crapping himself all the way to up his back. But yeah, guys, if you don't hunt, you ought to get into it. It's a good time. It's rewarding. It's not rewarding at times, but honestly, most of the time it's rewarding. Starting to sound like my buddy James Lee Goodson. It's a deer killing son of a gun, man, but you'll hear him a mile away coughing. Like I was saying, it's rewarding. When you're out here, it's not always about the kill. I'm showing you what I got right now. It's beautiful. I'm watching squirrels playing and doing their thing. Got birds all around me. Like I said, I seen wood ducks fly off a while ago. Hear the wind blowing through the trees. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful piece of land, man. Beautiful woods, beautiful God's creation. Just like being out here. Killing deer is just a plus, Seeing deer is just a plus. Well, like I said, guys, thanks for listening to me ramble. Hopefully you can take those tips and get you a biggin. Maybe by the end of the day I'll get one too. But those sequences work, you know. I've caught in quite a few bucks in my day. Well, guys, again, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. Like and subscribe. Like Hate 'em Outdoors on Facebook. You know, I'm gonna start doing giveaways and other cool stuff. Like to see you out there, and if y'all ever need tips or you know, you just confused about something out here in the woods and stuff, you know, give me a holler. You know, you either Hate 'em Outdoors or, you know, my personal Facebook page, Dino Hate 'em Jr. I'm always happy to help. Makes me happy to see big deer go down, no matter who it is, you know what I mean? I'd like to know that I was part of somebody's success, you know, that's giving them tips or whatnot. Also, you guys, another big thing I like to tote with me out is Black Widow deer lures. They make a good lineup of all different things, scent wise to deer. It works real good, you know. Mock scrapes and such. Branch butter. I like to. Another thing I like to do. Right about now, these deer are gonna start. They're fixing to kick off full rut. I like to take these smoking sticks and light them up. These are hot and ready estrus. I like to fire them up and let them ride out. I didn't hear, but it's because I was just trying to get it rolling real quick in this spot and see what happens. I wasn't trying to spend a lot of time here. But all right, guys, appreciate you watching. Hate 'em Outdoors out.